please join me as I pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now introducing the Riverdale Select Choir.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose rough stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
At this time, I would like to introduce the president of the class of 2020, Molly Murphy.
Hello, members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, friends and relatives of the graduates, and of course, the class of 2020. We are the class of 2020. What exactly does that mean, though? Yes, it definitely means that we are subject to endless jokes about perfect vision. But beyond those jokes, our class cannot be defined in just one simple description. Ask anyone about our class, and I can promise you, you will not hear the same definition twice. One may describe us as a grade who had their senior year taken from them in the most unfair, unexpected manner. Another may explain us as a grade who had their junior prom postponed just 2 days before the date because of a snowstorm that never seemed to come. One may go on and on about the misfortunes our grade encountered as a whole, since one person's struggles were not once left as an individual battle. You may also hear about how smart our class is, how polite, determined, and driven we are, how we broke barriers, challenged records, and exceeded limits, respectfully and gracefully. Though these definitions are all true, they do not even begin to describe this class that I was fortunate enough to spend the past 6 years with. As someone who has watched firsthand our grade experience greatness, misfortune, and everything in between, I decided I would try to define the undefinable for everyone who was not as lucky as I was to experience so many lifelong memories with these amazing people. So, who are we? Above all, we are a support system. As a grade, we have definitely had our fair share of bad luck and hardship. What speaks volumes about our grade, though, is the way that everyone comes together and builds the strongest possible support system, regardless of your inner circle, if you're from River Edge or Ordell, if you know the person well or just on a name basis. Many of us have witnessed our peers experience trauma, heartbreak, devastation, and everything in between. But no one runs away. Instead, we stand united. No one fights through anything alone in this class. We are indivisible. Mess with one, mess with all. As some of you may know, last June, my dad and I were hit head-on by a distracted driver with a total force of 125 miles per hour. I was 4 hours away from home, my phone broke, and I was anxiously waiting to find out whether or not I was paralyzed. It is amazing how that entire time, I never once felt alone. I had classmates texting my mom, my brothers, my closest friends, and anyone who had any sort of contact with me. After undergoing major spinal surgery, I got emails daily from faculty here at Riverdale asking how I was doing. In fact, the day I got home, I was presented with a card signed by all the junior English classes. Miss Brooks gave me permission to use the handicap spot and frequently checked in on my family. And for those of you who are not lucky enough to know Miss Kiel, our class advisor and the person that best represents our class, she is the type of person who offered to drive 4 hours upstate to get my brothers and dad home from the hospital. What will forever stay with me, though, is that during the week when it felt as if my world had just collapsed, I was elected class president. Though I felt so lucky to be granted this privilege, I felt even luckier to have all 263 of these people as classmates. Unfortunately, I was not the only one to face a tremendous difficulty during my time here at Riverdale. But I also know I was not the only one lucky enough to have so many people backing me up and reminding me I was not alone in my battle. We are not just that, though. We are first senior class in Riverdale history to ever have their school year cut short in just mid-March due to a pandemic. First grade to have the same repeating 2 numbers as their graduation year. We are winners, just as much in the auditorium, arena, gymnasium, choir, and band rooms as we are in the classroom. Just as much with our positive energy and encouragement as with our accomplishments and achievements. We are winners in that we always find the positive in every situation. We are a class that the teachers talk about, wondering what they will do when they cannot see us every day next year. We have class members who are back-to-back football state champions, volleyball state champions, track nationalist competitors and state champions, all division-nominated athletes, boy and girl basketball league champions in the same year, Metro Award acting nominees, performers at Carnegie Hall, academic finalists, honor society members. We also win in resilience, strength, and perseverance. Our definition does not end here, though. We will always be the class of 2020. In our class, we have future politicians, CEOs, publishers, world-renowned doctors, surgeons, lawyers, stockbrokers, musicians, professional athletes, and everything in between. You will hear our names on radio stations, see our faces on television, and read our statements in newspapers. Being the class of perfect vision means something. We will always be seen. But we all have one thing in common. If you were to cut us open, we would all bleed black and gold. As a peer and member of the class of 2020, Michael Sirico always says, "The strong get stronger." Personally, I believe everyone should not only live by this motto, but apply it to other situations as well. The kind get kinder. The smart get smarter. When we keep pushing our limits, they can only expand. Don't just accomplish your goals, set new ones too. Class of 2020, don't just settle for doing it. Be the best to do it. I vividly remember a discussion we had in Teen Pep one day with Miss Kiel. She told us that while we complained about schoolwork and the 7 long hours we spent learning, that we would be lost without school. It was where we interacted with peers, made so many memories, and spent so much of our time. Most of our class reassured her that no, she was wrong, we actually did hate school. I hadn't thought much about this conversation until it was no longer safe for us to be in school because of COVID-19. I remember the majority's initial reaction. What could be better than sleeping in and staying in bed all day doing classwork? But let me tell you, this phase was quickly outgrown, and Miss Kiel, on behalf of our entire Period 6 class, I'm here to tell you how correct you were. Though I won't deny that the 2 hours extra to sleep in was nice, it wasn't long before I missed the rush of trying to get that last spot in the senior lot, passing hundreds of faces walking from class to class, figuring out which bathroom was locked and for what bizarre reason. There was no teacher to rant to, no school friends to confide in, and for the first time in my life, I realized how much I really did love going to school. Above all, I realized how much I cared for all my classmates and how thankful I was to see them every day. May we always hold on to that same sense of hope we had as we patiently watched the governor deliver news on whether or not we would return to school. That same perseverance we had as we managed to maintain our appetite while eating on gross hallway floors as freshmen. That tenacity we had as we begged our teacher, please no homework tonight. That strength we had as we dragged ourselves out of bed to make it on time to first period, and once school was canceled, to keep following the same online mundane routine day after day. And most of all, may we always hold on to the memories that these past 4 years have granted us with. As you go off to start your new future and people question where on earth Riverdale is, I hope you represent your roots with pride. You reflect back into the person Riverdale has shaped you into and the values you want to share amongst others. And above all, I hope you leave them wishing they had been granted the opportunity to attend Riverdale too.
Molly will be attending the University of Miami in the fall. The class salutatorian, Isabella Simon.
Welcome members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, friends and relatives of the graduates, and the class of 2020. If you had told me on the first day as a Riverdale freshman that I'd be standing up here speaking to you all at graduation, there is no way I would have believed you. And if you had told me it was going to be under these current circumstances, I may have tried to cement this as a plot for a new Netflix original, or maybe even stocked up on some toilet paper. Whether you're watching from home or we have made it to stand together on the field, there is one thing we all know for sure. The class of 2020 has always been special. When I was given my RD email address on the first day of 7th grade, I remember asking, what does the 20 stand for? As my teacher explained that this was our graduating year, I thought to myself, wow, 2020 sounds so far away, but also so powerful. 2020 had a ring to it like no other class had before. Today, standing before a brilliant and talented class, I believe that although things may not have always gone as planned, that statement was nothing but true. The class of 2020 will, without a doubt, always be remembered. One day, AP History students will have to study what we went through and will understand that our actions and sacrifices served the better good of not only ourselves, but of our nation. While the world stood still, together we found new ways to connect, to express ourselves, and to proudly represent Riverdale. Also, as such a special class, it should come to no surprise that we are the year of many firsts. We are finding new ways to celebrate birthdays and accomplishments. We are the first class to graduate with classes taken virtually, and we are living proof of the power Riverdale has to bond us together, no matter how far apart we may be. Everyone at Riverdale, especially thanking our amazing teachers and dedicated coaches, have proven the positive impact of being a part of our uplifting and supportive community. There was never a moment where we weren't all in this together. Looking back on the last 4 years, I have been so lucky to share with all of you at Riverdale. I refuse to let our time here be defined by the negative. Our class accomplished too much and worked too hard to ever discount our limitless successes. We have been so fortunate to achieve greatness, whether it be in the classroom, on the field or court, on the stage, in the music room, and so far beyond. Together, we have represented what it means to be a Hawk, with endless school spirit, respect, and support for each other. We have formed unbreakable friendships that will likely last us a lifetime. It almost seems rude how quickly we all blinked, and our 4 years at Riverdale have passed us by. However, over those 4 years, we have learned the importance of enjoying the little moments we've shared. Whether that meant an electric Friday night in the student section of a football game, or an intense game of Kahoot, or a heartwarming moment at a coffee house, or a slice of pizza after a long day, of course, on sale at the Y. None of those remarkable moments that defined our high school experience can ever be taken from us. As the class of 2020, many people have praised our resilience and perseverance, but as the Riverdale class of 2020 specifically, we have truly overcome so many obstacles together. The path was not always easy, things did not always go our way, but instead of wallowing in our struggles, we learned to push through. Now, we enter this turbulent world as the most prepared to overcome challenges. The class of 2020 knows that no matter how many times we fall, it's really about how we always get back up stronger than before. Our comebacks have always and will always be greater than our setbacks. From what I've come to understand after 18 years, life is about how you handle the challenge. Will you let the challenge define you, or will you control how much power that challenge has over you? Today, I'd like to share a phrase that senior year has instilled in me, and I intend to carry with me forever. Grow through what you go through. Riverdale has prepared us to be the leaders of tomorrow, And now more than ever, does the world need powerful and courageous students like the ones before me today to share our talents, creativity, passions, and groundbreaking ideas. We are the next generation, the one after the pandemic. It's our turn now to choose our paths, carrying with us the lessons from Riverdale to the endless opportunities we will have to make the world a better place. Riverdale has given us a powerful voice. It's our job now to use it and continue to stand up for what's right. To the class of 2020, Riverdale will forever be our home, but now it's our turn to spread our wings and fly. I urge you all to chase your dreams, find what makes you happy, and always continue to grow. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. Thank you, and go Hawks.
Isabella will be attending Syracuse University in the fall. The president of the student government organization, Sebastian Peralta Giraldo.
Yes, we did it. We finally graduated. Woo! Members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, friends and relatives of the graduates, and class of 2020. For those who don't know, my name is Sebastian Peralta. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I don't know at what time you're watching this video. On behalf of the Riverdale class of 2020, I would like to thank everyone that has played a part in our Riverdale education. The administration and teachers for giving us an excellent education. Let's send them a big round of applause. Our coaches who empower us to excel every single day. Our parents, whom without their love and support, none of us would be here. All other people who have helped us along the way, but most important, a big shout out to the class of 2020. Through each other's support, we were able to make it through the past 13 years of our lives. Today, we are saying goodbye to our second family and our second home. At this moment, I am feeling mixed emotions, and I bet that you are too. Some sadness and some joy, some nostalgia and some excitement, some anxiety and some relief. So all together, let's take a look at how far we have come. Our freshman year, we had an amazing field day where we really bonded as a class and started creating great memories. Our sophomore year during chemistry, we developed perseverance by taking dozens of grueling tests and quizzes. Our junior year, we went to the 9/11 Museum. This trip opened the eyes of our generation who wasn't alive to how much of a tragedy it really was, and we developed empathy. Finally, our senior year. Oh, what a year! It was the best of times. We exemplified unity, whether we went to support the drama club's production of the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, or support the football team while chanting, "Skol! Skol!" But we also experienced some heartbreak. Our classmate, Richard Rivera, had passed away. It was a privilege being able to know someone so compassionate, hardworking, and loyal. But we know he is with us in spirit and in a much better place. So on behalf of the Riverdale community, I give my deepest condolences to the Rivera family. Another challenge has been the last 3 months of our year, which were robbed from us by the coronavirus. This is real. This is getting real. It is the pandemic's fault that we had a virtual graduation, but it is not going to stop us from graduating because we are brave, we are resilient, we are unstoppable. Look at how connected we still are. Look at how much creativity has sparked. More than ever, people are coming together to help and serve one another. There's this quote I love, written by spiritual leader Abdu'l-Baha, which says, "Success and prosperity depend upon service to and worship of God." I want to stick in your heads, so I'm going to say it again. Success and prosperity depend upon service to and worship of God. Those of you who have met me know I'm a very happy person. Why? Let me tell you. Ever since I was a child, I have been serving. And for the last few years, I've been leading a group of some of the younger youth in our towns on various community service activities. Helping other people brings a lot of joy. And for those who haven't begun, I'm encouraging every single one of you to live a life full of service to humanity. To conclude, let's remember that this is a time for reflection. If you look at all the great people in the world, they always serve and experienced adversity. As a result, they became successful. So in these times of hardship, embrace the unknown. We might not be walking across the stage right now, but we are walking through history. Thank you for listening, and congratulations to the entire Riverdale class of 2020. And remember, hawks fly higher.
Sebastian will be attending NYU in the fall. The class valedictorian, James Chan.
Members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, friends and relatives of the graduates, and most importantly, the class of 2020. Congratulations, you made it. Think back to the very first days that we walked these halls, trying to find our classes and wrap our heads around the rotating bell schedule that nobody outside of Riverdale seems to understand. Now it seems like ages ago that we last ate lunch with our friends or talked with teachers in person. This certainly isn't the senior year experience that any of us could have expected, but we've come a long way. Regardless of the circumstances, graduation is an enormous accomplishment that you all should be very proud of. Now, as my last words to you, I'd like to offer just a few pieces of encouragement. First, I'd like to remind us all that it's okay to be uncertain. Now in 2020, we may be facing some of the most uncertain times in our lives so far. But while it's never comfortable in the moment, as long as we continue to challenge ourselves, as long as we continue to learn, to adapt, and to seek new perspectives, then we can turn this uncertainty into an opportunity to broaden our horizons and strengthen our characters. As long as we persist, direction will come. My second piece of advice to you is that this is your life. You define your own success. Choosing to live based solely on the wishes of another person isn't really living life at all. Don't become a business person if you don't want to. Become a doctor, not because your parents forced you to or because society told you that you'd make a lot of money in the process. Do it because you really care about other people and because you want to make a difference in the lives of others. Do it because you want to. At the same time, remember that your version of success need not make national headlines or break any records. Success can be as simple as being a good friend, learning a new skill, or gaining a new perspective. But even as I say these words, I am fully confident that the class of 2020 has exceptionally bright futures ahead. We are a class of all division athletes, state-recognized musicians, accomplished artists, and honor roll students. We are a strong, resilient group that has overcome rejection, loss, and now an international pandemic. And I have no doubt that we will go far, whatever our goals may be. And so, my final encouragement to you as we begin a new chapter is to cherish and acknowledge the loved ones and friends that have helped you along in your journey. Remember the teachers who have shaped and guided you. Remember the parents who have helped you navigate this winding college application process with all of its twists and turns. And though our time at Riverdale is fast drawing to a close and our paths are now diverging, it is my hope that the friendships we have forged here with each other and with our teachers will continue to remain strong for years to come. So, as we end our senior year, though disrupted by COVID, I would like to take the time to thank Riverdale's wonderful faculty who have continued to teach diligently, encourage us, and work tirelessly to make our senior year the most memorable under these bizarre circumstances. I would also like to give a special thanks to Mrs. Brooks, who has tirelessly served Riverdale for over 25 years. And finally, I would like to extend a personal thanks to my parents and to my Lord Jesus Christ, who is my strength and my peace. And once again, congratulations, graduates, and good luck in wherever life calls. It has been a complete joy and honor to attend high school with all of you, and I sincerely wish you all the very best. Thank you.
James will be attending Rutgers in the fall.
When will they come?
the Superintendent of the Riverdale School District, Mr. Patrick J. Fletcher.
Welcome, parents, family, friends, faculty, guests, and to you, the class of 2020. On behalf of the Board of Education and the mayors and councils of Oradell and River Edge, I welcome you to this graduation ceremony. I would like to acknowledge several members of our staff who are graduating this evening: Sue Keidel, George Tucci, Kathy Guzman, Sue Mormino, Doc Doherty, Doug Havenstreet, Victor Luhati, and Barbara Balkin are retiring. Together, they provided 113 years of service to our students. Please join me in congratulating them. On a personal note, Sue Mormino has been my administrative assistant and right arm for the last 13 years, and I will miss her dearly. In the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey talks about the space that exists between stimulus and response. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and freedom. I began this year talking about this concept with our staff, and I find that I return to this concept again and again over the past few months. We are confronting an enormous stimulus in the form of the COVID-19 public health crisis. Every one of us is touched by it in some way. However, it is our response to this stimulus that concerns me. Of course, my next few words are an oversimplification, but I know you'll get the point. We can either choose to respond as a victim and focus on what we lost, or choose to be a victor and let it define us in a transformative way. We can reflect on the last few months, learn from it, and choose to live better because of the experience. And my hope for you is that you will choose wisely. Before I close, there's one person I left off my earlier retirement list. Ms. Brooks, our principal, is retiring as well after 27 years of service. She is an amazing person who possesses a keen educational mind, an enormous compassionate heart, and more stamina than anyone I know. Lorraine, we are a better school because of you, and I'm a better person for having known you. So on behalf of all the Riverdale staff members, as well as those from Oradell and River Edge school districts who provided the educational and personal foundation that we built upon, I congratulate you and your families.
Members of the Board of Education, administrators, faculty, friends, and relatives of the graduates, and the class of 2020. In this, the strangest commencement ceremony I could never imagine, it has taken me some time to think about what I want to say to you, the class of 2020. During your time here, you've distinguished yourselves in many ways. But for me, what makes this class so special are the personal qualities that you've developed over the years. You're kind, you care about people, and you've made it a point to include others in your lives. You give back to the school and community and do so willingly and with great enthusiasm. You're concerned about those less fortunate than you, the environment, social issues, and each other. As I listened to our student speakers, I was impressed with their perspectives on life at Riverdale and how these 4 years have affected and changed them. No one dwelled on the situation we find ourselves in, but it was clear that these past few months have been disappointing. In truth, all of us have been disappointed: students, staff, administrators, parents, everyone. When it became clear that the usual senior activities would not be taking place, I'm certain that many emotions bubbled to the surface. Disappointment can lead to feelings of defeat, unworthiness, and just not caring anymore. But I see the situation we're all in as an opportunity, Yes, there are so many things that we cannot do, but there are so many other possibilities if we just look around. Some have used this time to read, to do community service, to produce art and music, and to get to know their families better. I think that Bon Jovi said it best in his latest song, which he wrote when he found that his life had changed dramatically. He wrote, "If you can't do what you do what you can." There will be many disappointments in your lives, some more difficult than others. And I'd like to leave you with the words of Brené Brown, who said, "If you want to be able to move through the difficult disappointments, the hurt feelings, and the heartbreaks that are inevitable if you live a fully lived life, we can't equate defeat with being unworthy of love, belonging, and joy. If we do, we'll never show up and try again." Congratulations, class of 2020. You make us all proud. Mr. Graff, at this time, I certify that these seniors have met all of the state and local requirements and are eligible to receive their diplomas.
Good evening. To the class of 2020, parents, family, faculty, and administration, I proudly stand before you to celebrate the graduation for this amazing group of young people. But first, please allow me a moment to express my gratitude for Lorraine Brooks. Ms. Brooks has been part of the Riverdale family for 27 years. Her service as an educator and caring administrator has been admired by so many. The time has come for her to enjoy a new life and new adventures apart from Riverdale. We wish you health, happiness, and a peacefulness to all your coming days. Riverdale expresses deep, profound gratitude for all your efforts and time here to make a difference for our students. Thank you, and all the best to a person of steadfast devotion to our district. You, the Riverdale class of 2020, have earned the honor of graduating during an epic time of our country. Since March, life as we knew it has vanished into an abyss of quarantine. Plans for our expected celebrations and daily life have changed as we continue to maneuver through this world of COVID-19. All of us anticipated the historical graduation here at Riverdale. Certainly, no one could have imagined the tragic losses and pain so many have experienced. The adjustments and uniqueness of schedules have enabled us to reach this day of graduation. I am proud of all of you for your calm and patience to reach this cherished goal. Change breeds resilience, resilience breeds determination, determination breeds strength, strength breeds tenacity and versatility of character, which are all elements necessary to secure a place of honor in this life. You are all forged into the fire of learning this early on in life, and it will benefit you. Today, it feels unfair with a sense of punishment. In time, the reflection of today will prove to be a catapult of a never give up attitude. You may have wished that the year went off as usual. The excitement of prom, senior cut day, class trips, and graduation, it would have melded into the norm. The memories would have been as all others who have walked this path before you. Hopefully, you will take a moment and absorb the uniqueness of this time. You, the class of 2020, are making history. You represent the discipline and valor of young pioneers forging ahead in their future, having been stripped of memories and rising above the challenges. You have maneuvered through these tough times and will emerge better equipped to meet the change with grace, dignity, and thrive. My hope is you recognize and embrace these days with knowledge and absorb these lessons as building your greatness to achieve. Moving forward, it is evident you have all developed into young adults this community is proud to support. You are prepared, truly as no other graduating class at Riverdale, to meet world challenges. I praise your eagerness to move forward, acceptance of the unexpected, representation of discipline in difficult times, and complete and total honor of self-confidence to make your mark in this world. Parents, with the highest regard for your patience and understanding in a time where we are all so saddened by the unexpected, You have guided your children in the most supportive and honorable way. You too have been denied moments of time never to be replaced. Yet, the situation has a uniqueness which has offered the opportunity to stop, adjust, move forward, and make change in eyes of this pandemic. These are character-building moments for us all. These days have equipped your graduates with an attitude of focus to achieve their goals despite the unexpected. Riverdale class of 2020, may you continue a path of adventure. May you aspire to be the greatest you can be. The entire Riverdale community salutes your exemplary actions during the most unforeseen times. May your future provide a world of laughter, adventure, success, health, and love. Congratulations and good luck.
Miles Nicholas Apsey. Spencer Samuel Apsey. Lindsay J. Adler. Emily Rose Agresta. Peter Jeremy Acnemere. Stephen Brian Altamirano. Justin Morgan Alter. Dylan Eric Alvarez. Timothy Paul Erebus. Mia Josie Arman. Annabelle Elizabeth Babington. Sue Min Beck. Andrew Baker. Sonia Belganhun. Brian Bartels. Craig Bartnicki. Juliana Blasco. Megan E. Bogart. Brianna Bernardi. Genevieve Bugatis. Anais Boyajian. Lindsay Kathleen Boyd. Shane Aloysius Boyle. Ian D. Breslin. Aidan Matthew Brignola. Holden Maxwell Broderson. Justin Robert Brown. Quentin Benjamin Kirk Brown. Braden A. Browning. Jack Brunner. Victor J. Bukos. Justin Kalem. Nyla Kennedy. Bridget R. Carey. Caesar C. Cartelli. Andrew A. Casado. Paulo Castro Fuentes. Matthew F. Centrella. Danielle Chamberlain. James Baldwin Chan. Nicholas Evan Chan. Kenneth Cho. Sarah Cho. Yuna Chung. Josue Cologne. Lindsay Brooke Kampa. Colin J. Concanen. Ryan Thomas Conlon. Olivia A. Conroy, Jeremy Adam Convacar, Melissa Cortez, Mary Elizabeth Corain, Brendan P. Cox, James V. Crismali, Alexander N. De Silva, Luke A. De Silva, Liam Dehe, Alyssa Taylor DiLorenzo, Jillian Demetrio, Stephen Diamond, James Dobeck, Kayla L. Duran, Dana F. Dragata, Olivia Dunleavy, Grayson P. Ebnetter, Russell Cole Ehalt, Esmeralda Espinosa, Harrison Carlos Fairchild, Shannon Rose Farrell, Brianna Fernandez, Christopher Robert Forster, Andrew Giles Freda, Samuel Few, Katie G. Gallagher, James M. Gallucci, Caroline R. Gannon, Scott Patrick Garcia, Sarah Gardner, Christina L. Gelber, Brendan M. Gillies, Jack R. Gillies, Ryan Lawrence Goldstein, Kevin Grande, Logan E. Grebla, Jaden W. Greenwald, Alex Grisham, Gabrielle Ann Gruppenhoff, Stephen Gu, Owen Hagmeyer, Anya M. Halecki, Chang Woo Ham, David Han, Adam He, Thomas Patrick Harity, Catherine S. Hickey, Madeline A. Halesny, Emma P. Holt, David Lawrence Hosley, Juliana Haranchek, Jeffrey Jason Wah, Matthew T. Hoffman, Kevin Wang, Elizabeth R. Ippolito, Edwin S. Israel, Joshua Ianci, Noah S. Jacobson, Nadine Christina Javier, Caroline Rose Jennings, Justin S. Kang. Christos Katechis. Lauren Kate Kavan. Ryan J. Kelleher. Andrew Kim. Hyunsuk Kim.
Young Huey Kim.
Hamahar Kohli.
Lauren Kusuth.
Gianna Rose Lanza. Elizabeth S. Lee. Joyce E. Lee. Caitlin G. Lee. Tyler Leopold. Daniel D. Lewis. Anthony Licata. Mark J. Lichtenstein. Anthony Michael Liggio. Erica N. Lim. Christopher M. Link. Lauren Marcella Lasica. Chen Chen Liu. Connor Thomas Locke. Jane E. Lombardi. Amanda G. Lubin. Jared Austin Lubkemeyer. Sophia P. Lukic. Bernard Lynch. Ryan V. McDonald. Jane Elizabeth Manzelli. Michael J. Mari. Daniel Marino. Madeline Martinez. Madeline Sage Matanti. Catherine A. Meyer. Brecken M. Mazzoni. Daniel J. McCabe. Aiden Daniel McCarthy. Ryan Joseph McCusker. Daniel Michael McGinley.
Emma McEwen.
Paige M. McMahon. Joseph Dennis Mellett. Ryan Gerard Maselli. Jaden Christopher Michelle. Melanie N. Mumjian. Matthew A. Montmorano. Simone Montez. Jed Marone.
Sarah Munoz.
Molly C. Murphy. Jack Ronald Nastasi. Christopher J. Nelson. Kristen E. Nelson. Amanda Newman.
Carlos Nunez.
Gunnar S. Neistat. Christopher M. Orlando. John Paul Ortiz. Christopher Astuni.
Dunicia Owens.
Kay Lee Pack, Michelle Valerie Paley, Justin Palladino, Lisa Park, Christopher Park, Jay Wu Park, Kevin Park, Saren Park, Charlie Ann Paul, Max F. Pedalino, Rebecca Peralta, Sebastian Peralta Geraldo, Adrian Perez, Oscar Perez Herrera, Brianna Picanich,
David Fuentes,
Alexandra Kiana, Shane C. Quinn, Julia M. Rabia, Jake Spencer Rabinowitz,
Lila Reyes,
Justin Ree, Julian Ritchie,
Daniel Rincon,
Jada Nicole Rodriguez, Lucas Rodriguez, Gregory Jacob Ravinsky, Rebecca A. Ryan, Kayla E. Samuel, Arthur A. Sanchez, Theodore Sanford, Aria Nicole Santana, Evan Klein Santiago,
Caroline Satley, Catherine Scaglione,
David R. Schoenberg, Adriana M. Scipione, June Seho, Zachary Jordan Scheinman, Janine Shin, Christina Shin, Carter Catherine Selane, Isabella Rose Simon, Matthew B. Sinclair, Michael C. Sirico, Nina Skiffick, Gabriella Skinner, Sarah B. Skoback, Lily C. Smith, Marissa Alexis Smith, Michael F. Smith, Tyler William Seuferman,
Joanna Song,
Carly Lynn Spano, Katrina Marie Spelda, Zoe Speller, Isaac Ross Stein, Margarita M. Stepina,
Emily Suarez,
Olivia Marie Surian, Owen Sevar, Sage Sevar. Allison G. Tarifa. Ryan William Thomas. Hubert Tian. Lucas Alberto Torres. John M. Tracy.
Trinity Troncoso. Erdal Turkery.
Iram Silan Tutal. Michelle Twan. Daniel Alberto Valverde. Lily Brianne Vanderbeck.
Willie Jose Vasquez Ray.
Chloe Elizabeth Vesey.
Jeremy Vidaish. Kayla Viabla.
Jared Mitchell Wagrich. Rachel Alexandra Walker. Kelly Nicole Walliser. Julia Charlotte Wexler. Hannah A. Weinberg. William L. Weingand. Caitlin Patricia Wilhelm. Kelly Wu. Christine Yoon. Stephen Yoon. Joshua Yoon.
Maiku Yu.
Russell Yoon. Rebecca Megan Zamsky. Kathleen Zhang. Jeffrey Zhang.